Welcome to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Eric Dooley, where we bring you all the highlighted action of the Southern University football program. It's brought to you by Louisiana Lottery, Cherry Lane Chevrolet, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Louisiana, Manda Fine Meat, Louisiana Department of Health and Hospitals, Tobacco-Free Living Community of Color Network, Care South Medical and Dental, and the Cardiovascular Institute of the South. Hello and welcome to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Eric Dooley, where each week we bring you all the exciting action of the Southern University football program. Of course, we come to you each week from Southern Coffee, located in the heart of Scotlandville, 8418 Scotland Avenue. Southern Coffee has great sandwiches, great smoothies, great salads, and a great atmosphere. So check Horatio and Southern Coffee out when you get a chance. Of course, we come to you about 6 times a week on TV. You see the times there on the graphic, and you can always catch us at your convenience on our YouTube channel and the Facebook page. Coach Dooley, tough loss to open the season. We go down 14-10 to Alabama State in Montgomery, Alabama. From my vantage point, I thought we gave that one away. I thought that we moved the ball after the first 2 series, got those 10 points, and I thought we moved the ball, but we'd make mistakes that really kind of cost us, or we'd have some miscues that would kill a drive. But moving the ball late, we get to the 50, have an unsportsmanlike 15-yard penalty. That seemed to take the wind out of our sails. What did you think about the night and that play in particular?
Well, first of all, very, very disappointing loss right there. You know, to start off the season right there, we felt good about what we were doing. Had some good things that we were doing out on the field. Still wasn't characteristic of the type of football team that I know that we have. But better yet, you know, we got to hang our head and keep going right now, keep grinding. We can't look in the rearview mirror, and we can't let Alabama State beat us twice. We got to move forward because we got a long season ahead of us. Absolutely.
Coach, defensively, seemed like we had some problems with containment, but I liked what I saw on defense. I mean, I think we played aggressively. We stopped them on key 3rd down and 4th down tries a couple of times on the night. How did you feel about your defensive play?
Well, I know we fast and we physical. I thought a couple of times right there what we didn't do, we didn't make a couple of adjustments. What they was doing, a lot of unbalance to us right there, trying to get angled numbers in green grass, and they was able to do it, and that kind of affected us. We made an adjustment late, but you know, we got to be able to pick that up early and a lot faster than what we did so that we can get ahead, because we know we have an aggressive defense.
All right, let's jump into those highlights from the first half of the Alabama State Southern University game. And here you see Blood. He's going to run for 9. And he's going to come right back and hit Howard for 13.
Yeah, you know, I thought Blood has showed a lot of pause. He's talking about his first game actually starting and playing a full game. Thought he did some great things, but quite naturally, you know, when you take a look at guys that you're coaching, there's some things that you have to correct. But I like where he is right now, and I think he has a great opportunity.
You saw Quarles one for 15, Blood for 7. Then he's going to hit Fuller for 11. Then he drops back, and he finds Kendrick Rhyme with a nice dime of a pass, Coach.
Yes, that was something that we worked on in practice. Those guys been teaming up with that for a while, and highly executed, and it worked.
7-0 at this juncture. Here you have Alabama moving the ball. Great defensive hit right there by Miles. Then you're going to have a great hit by Johnson. You know, right here on this first series, Coach, your defense was flying around, really hitting the Hornets.
There's some great things. I thought there within that first series, which gave them an opportunity. We had some missed tackles, and of course we have that corrected right now. We just got to make sure we make the tackles. The calls was made. I thought the guys was in position to make some big plays, but some missed tackles, and gave them an opportunity to put some points on the board.
Incredibly speedy receiver right there. Took all the opening and angle he got to put Alabama State on the board. Here we come back. Great pass. Coach, was that the tight end he hit?
Yes, it was. Hit the tight end down the seam right there. We saw that they were giving that away, but I thought Blood was very pausing, you know, making sure he knew where he was going at with the ball. You can tell that he had a great understanding of what they were trying to do and what they were trying to take away from him.
Great movement on that drive. Unfortunately, only come away with 3 points. 10-7 at this juncture. Then I thought this was a good play by the defense. Just kind of kept him contained, even though he was running, just kind of keeping them in containment, Coach.
Yeah, and I look for the defense to make those big-time stops like that. Unfortunately, they had a good quarterback that was able to be a dual-threat quarterback and got himself out of some trouble. But I think the defense was in place and was ready to make those plays, and now we just got to make the tackles.
Here you see Kendrick Grimes running for 9. Here we are back on defense. Great defensive containment right there, Coach. This aggressive play. Unfortunately, we let them get outside, get a first down. Great sack right there, Coach.
Yes, that was great right there.
All right, and there you have it. That's the end of the first half highlights. When we come back, we're going to look at the second half on the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Eric Dooley. Stay with us.
I'll take a New Orleans Saints scratch up. Play New Orleans Saints from the lottery. Just scratch, fold, and punch your way to winnings. Punch your ticket with New Orleans Saints. Win up to $100,000. Enter our second chance drawings, giving you a season to smile.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, cool truck!
You like my new truck from Jerry Lane? I'm on the way to get my first free oil change.
Free oil change! Wow!
You can count on Jerry Lane.
Medicaid members, keep your address and phone number up to date to make sure you receive important information about your health insurance and you don't risk losing your coverage. If you get a letter from Louisiana Medicaid, follow the directions and respond to it as soon as possible. For questions or to update your info, call the number on your insurance card or visit healthy.la.gov. That's healthy.la.gov. Remember, keep your contact information up to date and respond to Medicaid letters so you don't lose your health care coverage.
Life in Louisiana is like a run-on sentence. A poem that doesn't rhyme. Life is here, now. For life's moments, big and small, always there. The right card, the right care.
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Eric Dooley. Coach, let's talk about the offensive side of the ball. Got to ask you, were you pleased with J.R. Blood's play at quarterback? I thought he played okay. Missed a few throws. I thought he probably could have tucked and run when they gave him the space to run and pick up 5-6 yards to keep a series moving. But what did you think about his play?
You know, I thought he played well enough for us to win. He did some great things for us. Of course, he had some miscues, but those things like that happen. I think it's correctable. But I would say I'm pleased but never satisfied.
Yeah. On the offensive line, I thought they could have given the running backs a little bit of room to work with. How did you feel about your O-line play?
Yeah, I think we got to be more aggressive because normally we have a better running game than what we had this past Saturday. So we got to make sure right there. And a couple of things, we let them get in on a couple of blitzes right there that I saw that it was wide open touchdown. We had the time. So those are some of the things that we're working on, and I think it'd be a lot better this week.
All right, let's jump into the second half highlights from the Alabama State game as we roll the tape. Here we go. Back on defense. You see us trying to be stout. Great sack right there,
Absolutely.
Coach.
I thought
incredible. Taj Brown.
Yeah, he had a great game.
Here's another great play by Kelby Givens and Miles, stuffing everything up. You had to be happy with the defensive play at this point in the game, Coach.
Yeah, in the second half, they made some huge adjustments and it was able to shut down that running as well as that little quick game that they were trying
that was
to use.
a hell of a hit right there. Here we get the ball back. Unfortunately, Blood never saw him coming, Coach.
Yeah, Blood had a little bit more time. It was a wide open touchdown. We had a guy running down the sideline with no one within the next 15 yards of him.
The Hornets take advantage of the miscue by the Jags and put up some points. 14-10 at this juncture. We're back on offense. You see Blood moving the ball around. This right here, Coach, was to me a questionable. I thought they both had it. They gave it to the defender.
Absolutely, absolutely. Normally it goes to the offensive guy. That's the first time I've ever seen that. But you know, you can't play it that close. You just got to make sure you make the catch and get away with it. Hand the ball to the refs.
They went for a three-point try. Came up short. We get the ball back and then give them the ball back. We got the ball back. Blood's moving. Good throw and catch right there. Here he is, Blood going to work again. Coach, on some of these throws, it looks like we really should have been going a little bit deeper to get those first downs. You're making the catch, but you're 2-3 yards short of the first down line.
Well, I mean, at that time, sometimes it was 1st and 10, 2nd and 10. So right there, you didn't have to try to get it all at once. We were going down the field. He was taking what the defense was giving him.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he methodically moved the ball down the field and was patient and understood what he needed. He understood the down and distance and where we were on the field.
You saw the unfortunate mishandle of the ball by our running back, Kobe Dillon. That gave them the ball back. Here you see us trying to make some plays, unfortunately.
Actually, it was Kendrick Grimes who had a chance to got that ball. Had he received that ball and looked that ball all the way in, and we had some
room to run.
Room to run.
Yeah. Well, Jaguars go down 14-10. When we come back, we'll talk about our Jerry Lane Chevrolet Players of the Week on the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Eric Dooley. Stay with us.
You can't smell it, but you can almost taste it. And whether it's for a family get-together or a game day feast, having Manda in the mix always sounds good. For 3 generations, their quality meats and original seasonings have made Manda a Louisiana legend and made their family sausage Louisiana's family sausage. Manda Fine Meats, the flavor says it all.
Depression, anxiety, trauma, nicotine dependence, and more. Many families are struggling with behavioral health issues. Reaching out for professional help is the best thing you can do for you and your family. At Care South, we are committed to helping individuals and families to heal, bounce back, and grow stronger. Our team of professionals are available for telehealth and in-person visits. Call for an appointment today at 225-650-2000. Hope and healing is just a phone call away.
Diseases from smoking kill more African Americans each year than car crashes, AIDS, and murders combined. In the U.S., about 1 in 5 African American adults smoke cigarettes. It's estimated that each cigarette you smoke shortens your life by 7 minutes. That's 7 minutes less to spend time with people you love doing what you love each time you smoke a cigarette. Is it worth it? Smoking affects us all.
Your heart and vascular system is at the core of your overall health. Trust your care to Cardiovascular Institute of the South, a world leader in the diagnosis and treatment of heart disease, artery and vein disease in the legs, and heart valve disease. CIS cardiologists offer the most advanced, innovative, and compassionate care for the complete health of your heart and legs. Schedule an appointment at one of our 3 locations in the Capital Region at cardio.com.
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Eric Dooley. Of course, each week in this segment, we have the Jerry Lane Chevrolet Players of the Week. Coach, who were the Players of the Week on offense, defense, and special team against the Alabama State Hornets?
Right now, I have to go with Harold Blood. I thought he managed the game and did some great things with the ball. Did turn it over 1 time, 2 times, but Some of it was his fault, some of it was not. But I thought he did a great job with taking care of the football. Had the opportunity to throw a touchdown and as well as move the ball up and down the field. When you talk about the defensive side of the ball, you got to look at Jalen Campbell. Right now, he's I know it's just one game in, and some teams have played 2 games, but he's leading the SWAC in tackles right now. He had a great game. You probably didn't recognize it, but he had a lot of tackles coming out of that game.
I think he had 14.
Yeah, it'd be Jalen Campbell. And then when you take a look at Joshua Griffin, I thought he kicked the ball well. Of course, he was not having those guys opportunity to return it, but I thought he did a great job in kicking the football. Did a great job for us. Those would be my 3 players of the week.
Well, congratulations, guys. All right, after the game, Joe Dupree and I had a chance to catch up with 2 of those players, and we interviewed 3 players. And here's the Alpha Media Player of the Week, Player of the Game interviews.
JR, the question I have to ask you is, how can we work better on the running game and run pass out to the next time to get a win?
Honestly, I don't think it's singling if you pass the game or run the game out. Just as far as minimizing those things, like dropping momentum killers, like those penalties and cost penalties on my end. So we'll do better next week.
I'm here with Kendrick Rhymes. Wasn't the way that we want tonight to end, but Kendrick, listen, you had some good stats. 21 yards with that great touchdown catch. What can we do to improve on the offense to have a better look or understanding how the defenses are playing us to win the next?
We'll go in, dial them up, watch film real well. We're going to do it as a team. We're going to come together as a team and understand, look on one pace, one team. So that's what I think we'll do. Go in the film room, we'll make some corrections, and we'll get better.
I'm here with Jalen Campbell, and Jalen, listen, the first half we played lights out. Looked like there were some adjustments made in the second half. Your stats were outstanding, 14 tackles. How do we work better to contain a quarterback like that seemed to be, he just got loose and had all the time to do what he needed to do?
We just got to retrace and make the tackle, make the for sure tackle, and keep an eye on him. He was a good scrambler, and he made some magician plays on us that killed us, but, we just got to force turnover at this point, so, we just got to get better, watch the film.
Thank you, Jalen. You heard it right here on the Jaguar Football Show.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks, JR. Thanks, Kendrick. And thanks, Jalen. Looking forward to those guys having some more big games this season for you, Coach. Coach, last question on the Alabama State game. What are we going to do to manufacture more points?
Well, Coach, no question. We moved the ball up and down the field. Now you got to put it in the end zone. That's where they are. That's where you get the points from. So, and just continue to protect the football.
There you have it from the coach. When we come back, we're going to look ahead to our first home game of the 2023 season, the Coach Pete Richardson Classic against our big rival, the Jackson State Tigers. Stay with us on the Jaguar Football Show with Coach.
Lemonade, would you like some lemonade?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, cool truck!
You like my new truck from Jerry Lane? I'm on the way to get my first free oil change.
Free oil change! Wow!
You can count on Jerry Lane.
Life in Louisiana is like a run-on sentence. A poem that doesn't rhyme. Life is here, now. For life's moments, big and small, always there. The right card, the right care.
Hit your way to winnings with Blackjack from the lottery. Win up to $2,100. Take a walk on the wild side with Wild 10s. You could win up to $14,000. The stars are out tonight with Bonus Star Bonanza. Top prize is a star-studded $30,000. Pick up all 3 tickets today. The Louisiana Lottery, giving you a reason to smile.
Medicaid members, keep your address and phone number up to date to make sure you receive important information about your health insurance and you don't risk losing your coverage. If you get a letter from Louisiana Medicaid, follow the directions and respond to it as soon as possible. For questions or to update your info, call the number on your insurance card or visit healthy.la.gov. That's healthy.la.gov. Remember, keep your contact information up to date and respond to Medicaid letters so you don't lose your health care coverage.
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Eric Dooley. We now turn our attention to our first home game of the 2023 season. The Jaguars take on the Jackson State Tigers post-Coach Prime. Coach, got to tell us, what do the J-State Tigers under new coach T.C. Taylor like to do?
I mean, they're going to run the football. You can see, you watch their first two games, they run the football, but they still have a guy that can throw the football. Not as explosive as for us to pass and attack, but they do have some guys that can get down the field. So, I mean, T.C. Taylor been around. He's an experienced coach, so this is nothing new to him, and this is the place where he played football at as well. So I look for those guys to come and be ready to play.
Coach, how much of his team is a part of last year's SWAC championship team?
Well, I don't think, I would say a very small percentage, but you know, that's, you got to take your hat off to TC as well. He didn't hang his hat on what was there. He went out and got guys that fit what he wanted to do, and he did a great job. Right now he's 1-1, so you still got to give him an opportunity to know what he wants to do with his roster, and I thought he did a good job with some of the guys that he was able to bring in.
Mentioning the fact that the Tigers are 1-1, watched them last night on national TV playing the FAMU Rattlers, and they got beat pretty handedly by the Rattlers. Did you get a chance to see the game, Coach, and did you take a lot from what you saw?
Well, I didn't watch the game in that right now. Of course, we always swap off tape, so we had a chance to break their tape down and see what they were doing. But I thought the second half they made some huge adjustments and did some great things, and kept FAMU out of the end zone. So they got to feel real good about how they ended the game, not because of the loss, but because of the way they controlled the game and got back on track.
Well, there you have it from the coach. Coach, a lot of people have the questions of what exactly is happening in the SWAC. Are we still playing SWAC Western Division champ, play SWAC Eastern Division champ to go to the championship, or are we now playing best two records go to the championship game?
No, that hasn't changed. I mean, the format been laid down, and commissioner haven't come out. That would have been said at the beginning of the year. It's still the best team that's coming out of the West and the best team that's coming out of the East will meet in the SWAC championship. That has not changed.
Coach, looks like a lot of the SWAC games this year are going to be on TV. Good thing for the SWAC?
Yeah, I think it is. It's nothing new when you're talking about they first started airing the games on BET. A lot of SWAC games was on TV, so it's just now transferring now over to a lot of ESPN games, so they're getting the publicity that's well deserved.
There you have it from the coach. When we come back, we're going to wrap up this week's edition of the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Eric Dooley.
Diseases from smoking kill more African Americans each year than car crashes, AIDS, and murders combined. In the U.S., about 1 in 5 African American adults smoke cigarettes. It's estimated that each cigarette you smoke shortens your life by 7 minutes. That's 7 minutes less to spend time with people you love doing what you love each time you smoke a cigarette. Is it worth it? Smoking affects us all.
Your heart and vascular system is at the core of your overall health. Trust your care to Cardiovascular Institute of the South, a world leader in the diagnosis and treatment of heart disease, artery and vein disease in the legs, and heart valve disease. CIS cardiologists offer the most advanced, innovative, and compassionate care for the complete health of your heart and legs. Schedule an appointment at one of our 3 locations in the capital region at cardio.com.
Depression, anxiety, trauma, nicotine dependence, and more. Many families are struggling with behavioral health issues. Reaching out for professional help is the best thing you can do for you and your family. At Care South, we are committed to helping individuals and families to heal, bounce back, and grow stronger. Our team of professionals are available for telehealth and in-person visits. Call for an appointment today at 225-650-2000. Hope and healing is just a phone call away.
You can't smell it, but you can almost taste it. And whether it's for a family get-together or a game day feast, having Manda in the mix always sounds good. For 3 generations, their quality meats and original seasonings have made Manda a Louisiana legend and made their family sausage Louisiana's family sausage. Manda Fine Meats. The flavor says it all.
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Eric Dooley. Coach, you know, one of the things that I was really happy to see was when the athletic department, the university, decided to make the first home game the Coach Pete Richardson Classic. You had a chance to work with Coach Pete for a number of years as a young coach, coaching wide receivers for the Jaguars. What does that mean for you to have that legacy to one of the SWAC's greatest coaches?
You know, I thought it was an honor for me, as well as, you know, being fortunate and blessed to work up under a legend. Not often that opportunity presents itself, but it did, and I'm so thankful. And as today we continue to communicate on a lot of different things, so it just makes me so proud to know that they're honoring that type situation, and he's here to see it. You know, now, you know, a lot of times you hear coming up out of New Orleans, give them their flowers while they live, and that's what you like to see right now. So you get a chance to live within it and see it.
Coach, got to ask you, you're one of the few gentlemen who has actually worked and played under both legendary Coach Rob, Coach Pete Richardson. What was the difference in the two men?
Well, you know, they're going to always stress discipline. There's no question about that. And I think that's where your team get their identification from. But when you think of Eddie Robinson, you know, he was just a family guy. He stressed the family, always talked about his wife, always talked about his kids, and just being one. And, you know, he didn't promise no one anything. The only thing he promised the parents when he came to recruit you, that you was going to go to church and you was going to graduate. So you couldn't ask for anything better.
Well, thanks for that historical perspective on both Coach Rob and Coach Pete Richardson. Of course, for the Coach Pete Richardson Classic versus the Jackson State Tigers, you can get your tickets at the SU ticket office. 225-771-3171 is that number. This year, we've got the digital option as well as the paper option. And so you can actually get your tickets digitally, present your phone at the gate and check in, or you can actually have tickets to give to the people. So whichever is best for you, you need to get that taken care of. And of course, we want to tell you, get up there early. I think it's going to be a nice crowd for this J-State game. It's the first game of the season. A lot of excitement around seeing the Jaguars and the Tigers go at it on the Bluff. So make sure you get your tickets and support the Southern University Jaguars football team. All right, Coach. Good luck this weekend, and go Jags.